I'm Dash and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a review video on the Maybelline Fit Me Matte+Poreless range right here. So the foundation, powder as well as the concealer. So if you want to know my thoughts and review and also a wear test throughout the day, then just keep watching. But as always, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Also follow me on Instagram and my Facebook page and DaintyDashBeauty. Like this video if you enjoyed and comment down below what future videos would you like to see, and just keep watching. Before jumping into the video, I just want to apologize if my voice is sounding a little bit weird because I'm actually sick right now and I have a stuffy nose. So let's just hope this video is okay. So jumping into the first product, which is this product right here. This is the Fit Me Matte+Poreless foundation. So it says for normal to oily skin, and I'm just going to read the claims. So it says to mattify and to refine pores, matches natural tone, natural seamless finish. So that's the three claims, and I'm in the shade 228. So if there's any additional information, I will put it on the screen in case that I miss out. So it has 1 fluid ounce 30 ml, and this retails for 50 ringgit in Malaysia at your Watson, Guardians or the drugstore. But usually, you know, drugstore always have like discounts, so it usually will be lesser than 50 ringgit. For the packaging of the foundation, overall I really do like it because it comes in like a plastic glass type of packaging. So I really do like the feeling of it. But the only thing, it doesn't comes with a pump, so it's so annoying because you need to like pour it at the back of your hand, because sometimes you will pour more and then sometimes you will pour less, and you will actually make the whole entire bottle pretty messy. So that is the only thing that I don't like about the packaging. But overall I do think it's okay, just that the pump problem. And I do believe you can buy like pumps online. If I can find it, I will link it down below. But I'm not going to be buying a pump, I just use it at the back of my hand. And also touching a little bit on this scent, it has some slight scent to it, which I don't like, but it's not strong until it bothers me so much, because once you apply it onto the skin, you don't really like, the scent doesn't linger around. So overall, that's the thought of the Maybelline Fit Me Poreless and foundation. So moving on to the next product, which is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte+Poreless powder right here. So this is the overall packaging. So I'm in the shade 310 Sun Beige. Yeah, 310 Sun Beige, and as you can see, it comes, you can open it up like this, and it also comes in a mirror, as you can see right here. You can see my camera, and it comes with a sponge like that, which I don't really use the sponge because I prefer using a brush. But for touch up on the go, because it has a mirror, so it's like very nice for touch up as well. So at the back it just looks like this, so the description right there. So at the back it says it comes with 0.29 ounce, which is also 8.5 grams of product, and it also for normal to oily skin, same with the foundation. And it claims to have a natural poreless looking finish up to 12 hours of wear, and is long lasting and has a shine control properties. So that is all for the claims of the product. So overall I really do love the packaging of it, because it comes with a mirror, it's like not too bulky. Also it comes with a nice pan, it's not like so little product, it comes with a nice size, and it also comes with an additional sponge if you want to use it on the go. The product is retailing at 46 ringgit at our drugstore, and I already expected it doesn't have any scent to it. So that is all for the product details of the powder. So let's move on to the next product, which is the Fit Me concealer. This is the packaging for the Fit Me concealer, and as you can see, it doesn't have really much claims onto the packaging. It only says it comes with 6.8 ml of like product, and other than that there's no claims on here, and it's retailing for 28 ringgit at our drugstores. So this is in the shade 35 deep. So as you can see right there, oh my god, focus. So as you can see right there, 35 deep, and the applicator just come in a doe foot shape like this. That is all for the product details that I go through for the foundation, powder as well as the concealer. And as I said earlier, if any of the additional information, I will put it on the screen, and also I will leave all the links down in the description box. And let's move into the makeup application. Guys, for the makeup application, first of all, I already done my morning skincare routine, so I have moisturized my skin so that it's well hydrated. And if you haven't watched my morning skincare routine, click the link right here so you guys can watch that. Before jumping directly into the foundation, I would actually recommend you using a primer. So for all my other foundation, I do actually use a primer. So don't worry about that if you don't have primer at home, or if you want to try a primer. I will put half of my face with primer and half of my face without primer, so you guys can really see what's the difference with and without primer, and like usually how long it wears throughout the day and stuff like that. Primer that I've been loving lately is these two right here. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible Mattifying Base, and this is the NYX Angelville Primer. So this is not available in Malaysia yet, and this is already available in Malaysia. It's not Drugstore though, but you can find this at Sephora. So I'm just gonna pump a little bit and put it at this side of my face. Just dot the primer onto my skin and just gonna rub it in. Nowadays, we are usually expose our skin to the sun, so this foundation right here doesn't contain any SPF. So if you guys are concerned about SPF, I do recommend this product right here. This is the Moonshot Multi Protection UV Bouncer SPF 50+. So I'm just putting a little bit onto this side of my face, because usually in the morning itself I would use this, because we should all know that sunscreen is so important to our skin, to protect our skin. And just to let you guys know, my skin is currently like oily to combination. It usually gets more oily throughout the day, and especially like my T-zone area or my cheek area. You can see the primer side, it looks much more like matte and also much more smoothen effect. Compared to the sunscreen side, it looks much more glowy and hydrated. So now moving on to the actual application of the foundation itself. So I'll be using a brush on this side of the face, maybe to really get more full coverage, because I got some acne scar right here, and a sponge just so that you can compare these two application out. One thing straight away I can tell that I don't like about the foundation, mainly the packaging, is because it doesn't come with a pump. So you need to like pour it at the back of your hand and then dot it all over your face, then you apply. But I just wish it comes with a pump, so well, life has to go on. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit out. And as you can see, the texture is not to say super runny, but it just has some like fluidity there. So I just dot the foundation on the prime side, and I'm gonna use a brush for the application. So let's get started. As for this side of the face, I'm gonna use a sponge to apply. So what do you think about the prime and also the brush application versus the sunscreen and the sponge application? So if I really look closely, personally for me, I do see a little bit of dew going on, maybe because of the sunscreen, and also lesser coverage on this side, because as you can see right here, my darkness is kind of peeking through compared to this side. I don't know whether you can see it on camera, but I do notice it on itself. Hi Jojo. So this side of the acne, I do still can see it's like peeking through a bit. So the sponge usually does give like a lesser coverage. So for this side, I'm actually really loving it with the primer and also the brush application, which I usually use like brush application, like it's because it's quicker. So that is that for the foundation. So now it's time for the concealer, and if you don't know already, the Fit Me concealer is one of my holy grail favorite concealers. I just love this concealer so much, and when I heard it comes to Malaysia already, the first thing I did was Insta story it so that everyone knows like it's already in Malaysia, and also just ask everyone to go buy it. So I'm going to be putting this on my under eye and just highlight some areas. So I'm in the shade 35 Deep. Just gonna put like that. So for the concealer as well, I'm gonna use a brush to just blend it in for this side. So as you can see, even a brush, it blends so beautifully. It doesn't leave like a weird mark right here. And I'm just going to use the pointed side. Concealer, I don't really see a big difference in application, but I really do enjoy using a brush because I think it's much more quicker and easier. That's just my opinion. And also one of the reasons I really love the concealer is because of how blendable it is. So even with a brush, it blends so seamlessly onto the skin, and even though it's not a super full coverage concealer, as you can still see some of my darkness peeking through, but from an everyday basis, I really don't mind that. We're gonna set the face and also our under eye with this powder right here. So this is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte+Poreless powder. So I'm in the shade 310 Sun Beige. So I'm just gonna use like a pointed dome shaped brush right here to really set the under eye. And I make sure I'm gonna be setting like at my T-zone, because that's where usually I get like my oil peeking throughout the day. And just dab a little bit more to set the entire face. So as you can see, after setting the face is very nice and smooth and matte looking. While doing the rest of my makeup, I just want to show you my pores for this foundation. Like, I use this foundation, the pores is like basically not there. It's so good. Some of my higher end foundation doesn't even like blur out my pores, but this foundation in particular, it blurs out the pores so nicely. And so it's exactly 11:30 and I'm gonna wear it for a few hours and I will show you like updates at the end of the day. So I just done my makeup. I really wanted to like emphasize on the skin, so I didn't do like heavy eyeshadow. I didn't have any eyeshadow at all. So I just put a little bit of the lip color, and this is how it looks. Okay guys, so this is how it's looking in natural lighting, as you can see. So before ending this clip, I just want to say that even though it claims to have like a matte kind of finish, I do feel that my skin is glowing within. I don't know how it's gonna wear throughout the day, but I don't know whether you can see or not. Can you see that beautiful glow right here? So even though it claims to be matte, I feel that even though like drier skin types can actually wear this and won't necessarily look too cakey. So for me, it's looking pretty good. So I will check back in a few hours later. Hi guys, I'm back. So now the time is 6:15, so it's been about like 6 to 7 hours if I'm not mistaken, and this is how my skin is looking after 6 to 7 hours. So as you can see, the thing that I can see right now in front of me on my mirror is I do feel that this side is much more like glowy, much more dewy compared to this side, which I use the primer. And I use the sunscreen right here because maybe the sunscreen has more like moisturizing properties to it. So that is what I see. I didn't put like any highlighter as I said earlier in this video. And two of my lipstick is already all gone away. And also, I don't see like any cracking anywhere, any cakiness. Still looks very smooth. Doesn't really feel sticky or anything. I do notice that my nose area, the foundation basically all is come out already because I kept flu and then I keep doing like this. So basically all the foundation at that side is already off. So that is that. Like, lids a bit creasy because I have oily eyelids. So for the concealer, I'm just gonna close up. I feel like it's a bit like creasing because I do have like fine line under my eyes, so most concealer do crease on my under eye on my concealer. Overall, my thoughts on this foundation is I actually really do enjoy it, and I think it's a very perfect foundation for every day. So because even though it claims to be matte and poreless, it doesn't look very matte and cakey. You know, some type of foundation, it just looks very matte and flat and it doesn't give like the natural glow to your skin. As you can see, even on this side with the primer side and the sunscreen side that I put, it looks very like natural. It doesn't look too overly matte or too overly cakey. And for those you have like severe oily skin, maybe you can try finding a mattifying primer. I think that will work so much more well. And also maybe until the 7 or 8 hour mark, your oil will start definitely to come through, because I can see myself here, like my oils, can you see it's like coming through, especially on this side right here. So I think a little bit touch up will do. Why don't we just do it right now? So I'm just going to use my brush like that, take a little bit of the powder to just, as you can see, it instantly mattify everything. So this will be a very good like on hand, on the go touch up type of thing. And as you can see, after I touch up, it remains like very flawless finish. It doesn't kick up at the area. I'm just going to touch up a little bit more. So as you can see up close right now, it doesn't look cakey at all, and it reduced the shine so much, so it can definitely like extend the wear until maybe to like 10 hours if you're really gonna be like using it. As for my opinion for the concealer, as you guys already know, as I said earlier in this video, I really love this concealer so much, even though it tends to crease a little bit and also it's not as full coverage. But for an everyday basis and its drugstore price, I use it every single day because of how it blends so well onto the skin, and it just gives enough coverage for me to look like awake, but not too like, oh my god, she's putting so much makeup on and it's like caking under her eye. So this just is like the perfect amount for a perfect everyday concealer in my opinion. And as for the powder, I really do think it's a good powder as well, but not for the reason that it claims to be. So it claims to be like a long-lasting shine control. I don't think it is super good at long-lasting and oil controlling. I do recommend the Rimmel Stay Matte powder for a really like matte finish on the skin that will really last throughout the day. But for this, I do think that you need to touch up throughout the day, which is no problem for me because somehow it comes in a very good packaging that you have mirror and also a sponge like that. But I do feel that this powder in particular, it really smoothens my skin so much, and as you can see from the demo earlier, like it just makes the foundation, like the foundation itself looks very flawless, very smooth, and the powder doesn't look cakey. That is one thing about powder foundation. If the powder foundation is like very heavy, it will tend to make your overall foundation look very cakey, very like too much. But this one doesn't. This just put a very light layer of powder, even though I was really like going in with the powder and really like powdering my face. But as you can see, it doesn't look cakey. It looks very flawless, very smooth. Overall, the Fit Me line from Maybelline is definitely a big thumbs up for me, as I already expected, because the rave about this has been like years already, and these products finally came to Malaysia, which is super exciting. So that is it for my like opinions and review for the Maybelline Fit Me. And also just one thing to like note up, this line says to be for normal to oily skin, but seriously, I do believe those who have drier skin tone actually can work with it. Just make sure you moisturize your skin well and put a hydrating primer so that your like dry flaky area won't show through. Even though like I have like dryness around here, the foundation didn't really like cling to any of the patches, even though my skin here usually does like peel off, but it's not looking bad around my like this area. And also one thing to note that I just recently like just saw, there is no like smile lines, creases right here. Usually on most of the foundation I do get like creases on my smile lines, but this one, it really, I feel that it's a perfect everyday foundation. So if you're looking for a drugstore foundation that is not too over the budget, it's just nice, and I feel it gives a very smoothening effect, covers the pores super well, can control your oils throughout the day, and definitely I do think this is a great pick. So I guess that's it for my review on the Maybelline Fit Me Matte+Poreless foundation powder as well as the concealer. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed, subscribe to watch more of my upcoming videos, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!